What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man? Hope everybody's doing good. This video is gonna be short today. This is it's not gonna be anything like long or anything like that. I've been meaning to get an episode out, like just an actual episode. But I wanted to do this one just to have it on the channel because I know it's been some time since I have posted an actual episode. I've been posting a lot of reels, which is great. You know, there's still activity and everything like that, but still staying consistent. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I was talking to my therapist about. And in a way, this video is also going to be something motivational as well too, because I want to be able to help light a fire under a lot of you. I know a lot of you right now are probably in a season of where you are struggling. You're in a season of where you are uncertain on some things. You're in a season to where you feel like you don't know where exactly are you going. You're probably in a season of healing. You're in a season of loneliness. Whatever type of season that you are going through, I want to be able to help you and help you understand what exactly that is currently happening in your life. There's a shift that is going on in your life, a shift that God is calling his attention to you, that you are getting ready to move forward to the next steps and what you need to do in order to be able to get to that version of yourself. But one thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, man, was that I was talking to my therapist. Yes, I have a therapist. I think it's very important that everyone should have a therapist. I think everyone should give therapy a try. The reason why I say that is because therapy is really good for you because it allows you to be able to think outside the box and look at things from a different perspective. Now, therapy may not be for everybody, right? Some people may not want to go to therapy because they feel like they got things handled in their life. But hey, if you feel like you got a control over a lot of things, and that's cool, then I applaud you because that's great, because that means mentally you have been, handling things the way that it needs to be handled, and that's great. Now, I'm not discouraging anybody else, as far as if you are having issues with trying to handle stuff, it's okay. Understand that you are not alone, man. Like, I have to go to therapy because mentally, there's some things that I have been struggling with. So, I need to be able to talk about it and get it out and understand how I can handle specific things. Therapy is a good thing, but I don't want to elaborate too much on it. But anyways, my therapist brought up something really good, man. She said, the quote that people like to say a lot is knowledge is power, right? People say knowledge is power. But she said knowledge is potential power. Knowledge is potential power. Knowledge is potential power because potentially we have something, and we have something that we have learned, and we have the decision to use it or not. Knowledge is potential power. You have the decision to choose how you want to use that knowledge. The knowledge that I gain every single day, that I use when I sit down and I meditate, I read my Bible, I learn from other people, what I learn in school, I have the potential to use that. And I do use that. I use it for myself, and I help spread that message out to others. I spread that knowledge out to other people. I don't gatekeep the knowledge that I learn. I go out and I experiment when it comes to certain things that I learn, and I see what is good for me in my life, and then I spread that advice out to others because I want other people to be able to benefit from that. That's what she meant by when she said knowledge is potential power. And so that's why I'm telling you guys today, knowledge is potential power. It is potential. In the book of Proverbs, there's quite often so many different type of knowledgeable tips of things and habits that you learn as a man, as you learn as a person, in order to be able to help guide you and shape you and build you to be the best version that you can be, right? It's a lot of different things to help form your discipline. That's why I love the book of Proverbs. That's why I'll consistently read the book of Proverbs as many times as I need to in order to ensure that my life is where I need it to be. If I can be honest here, lately, there have been some things that I have been struggling with mentally and personally. There's been some moments where I have fallen into a state where I don't want to do anything. I don't want to keep pushing. I don't want to keep going. In a way, it's like a sense of laziness. And you know what they say about laziness in the Bible? Laziness is a bad thing. But let me put it in another perspective. When you sit down and you don't do anything all day, you don't feel as productive. Your body doesn't feel as motivated because mentally you're telling yourself, oh, I don't want to do that. I just want to do this all day. I just want to sit back and just be lazy and not do nothing. And that puts you in a very bad state. Eventually you start to feel your body start to wither. Eventually your mind will start to wither. And you won't be as sharp or as creative or as open to communicate as much as you used to be when you were moving around and doing things and being productive and putting yourself in situations. You lose out on opportunities as well if you're lazy. And lately that's how I've been feeling. But then I came to a conclusion. Something had hit me while I was sitting down. When I was sitting down and I was reflecting, I was meditating, because meditation was something that I still do. I was meditating and I came to a realization that no, it's not that I'm not being lazy. It's that I'm allowing things that happened in the past. I'm allowing my emotions to drive what is going on. Now, there's going to come a time in a situation where you are just going to feel some type of way. You're going to feel some type of way. Your emotions are going to be strong. You're going to be like just all over the place. And you got to figure out exactly what is driving that. That's why it's important for you to get up and move and be active and just walk out into the world, man, and really just don't be comfortable, if that makes sense. Don't be comfortable, bro. Don't be comfortable. Don't allow yourself to get comfortable, because when you get comfortable, that is when you can't operate in a way that is effective. When you're experiencing some type of discomfort, like your body does something to where like you grow in such a state that it's actually quite phenomenal. It really is. That's why I always tell you guys, Romans 12 verse 2. Do not allow the things do not allow the things in this world to conform you. Renew your mind. Continue to sharpen your mind. Continue to learn new things. Continue to learn new habits. Create new systems. Create a system that is best for you to help you stay consistent when motivation fails. When motivation fails, that is where the discipline and consistency comes into play. Because that is what keeps you stable. That's what keeps you going. And that's what's telling your mind, you're telling your brain, no, we're going to keep going. We're not going to stop. We're not going to fall. We're going to keep going. I can do anything I put my mind to, because at the end of the day, I know that God is with me no matter what. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I think it's Isaiah 41 I think it's verse 10 or verse 13. Sorry if I'm going to put it on here so that way I know. You are never alone. God is always with you, and he's going to strengthen you, and he's going to hold out his hand to you to ensure that you get through this. And that's why I tell you guys, knowledge is potential power. Because the knowledge that I'm providing for you, you have the decision to make whether if you want to use it or not use it. I'm not forcing it. I'm just sharing it with you. Knowledge is potential power. You have so much potential. That's why people say that, man. They're like, man, you have so much potential. When you have so much potential. You have so much potential. You have so much potential. So many things that you can do in this world to help you get to where you need to be. Everyone has a purpose. There's a goal. There is a driving factor that is within you on why you are doing the things that you're doing in this world. You are shaping this world in a way. You have a contribution to this world that you don't even know. So that's why when people say like, man, I see the potential in you, because the potential that you have in you is great, because the potential that's in you is God, because you are created in the image of God. That is why everybody that walks this earth is unique. They are a special person. You are great. So now here comes the motivation part. You are great. You can do anything. Anything. You're going to struggle. It happens. It's part of the process. That struggle is what helps you grow. That struggle is what helps you move along to where you need to be. Struggle is going to be a part of it, man. Don't let nobody sit there and tell you that, oh, no, I don't have to struggle. You know, no, that is a lie. Some of the great minds to this day all went through some type of struggle to get to where they have to be, because they were faced with a challenge. A challenge is part of the struggle. That is part of the challenge. It is there to challenge you and to help you. And you're gonna fail along the way, right? But as long as you try, as long as you push, as long as you control what you can control as far as the outcome, you're going to succeed. Failure is part of the process. Struggle is part of the process. And that's the only way that you're going to get to where you need to be. And you're going to get to where you need to be. But you can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. You can't. That's why I'm such a huge firm believer in my faith, man. My testimony, man. I had to make the change, dude. That's why I love sharing my testimony with y'all, to show y'all the things that you can do when you put God in your life and you make things happen. In a way, you have to be delusional. You do have to be delusional. You do. You have to, like, you got to put yourself in a mindset to where, like, people think you crazy. They're like, man, this dude, is he okay? But yeah, I am okay. I'm good. I have everything I need. I'm grateful. I'm alive. I can move. I can do great things. I honor my Lord and Savior, and I continue to keep pushing every single day. And that's why I'm telling you, keep pushing every single day. You can do it. I believe in you. I have faith in you. And if people say that they don't have faith in you, then I have faith in you, bro. You know why? Because I'm doing it. And if I can do it, you can do it too. If you got kids in your life, you want to be able to set the example for your kids. Set the example for your kids so that way your kids have the blueprint and foundation of what they need to do so that way they can be successful. Because there are some things that they're going to struggle at and fail, but they're going to come to you and ask for advice. That's why you want to make sure that you are there every step of the way. If you are in school and you're trying to get your degree, man, take care of business, bro. Set time aside to study, write down notes, figure out a system to help you to be able to remember the material that you're studying. If you're an athlete, dedicate time to working out on your craft because who knows, your craft might be your craft is going to be your place of work. Your body is going to be your place of work. So you got to do what you got to do to make the sacrifice to get to where you got to be. If you're trying to be a professional athlete, put the damn work in. If you're trying to be a doctor, right, there's certain practices and things that you have to understand and learn. Take feedback from other doctors. They know what they're doing. And put yourself in that position to be able to get those opportunities and pursue to be the best doctor that you can be. Again, the no matter the occupation, everything is the path to getting where you need to be is all the same. You're going to struggle, you're going to learn, and you're going to grow, and you're going to succeed. But mentally, something in your mind has to change to where you need to stay on it. You'll have your moments where you'll have lapses. I've had lapses, like I said, I've had lapses recently. I've had lapses recently. And I had to take a step back and really look at some stuff and change some things and get back on track. And I'm not saying that you can't rest along the way. You can rest. Rest is part of the grind. You want to be able to put your mind in a state of rest to where you can recharge and tap back into your creativity. So there's going to be moments where you are going to be bored. And the discipline of boredom is a good thing. The Stoics, they always talk about, sitting idle and reflecting and talking amongst yourself. That is you having conversations with God. You are sitting down, you are meditating, you're reflecting on everything that has happened, as far as with yourself and how you can do better and what you can do better next time. And you're just talking with God. Whether if you see that or not, that's okay. It's okay. You are refining you're refining yourself. You're putting yourself in the forge. You're hitting away and chipping away at the things, and you're reforging yourself to be the best version that you can be. And that's why I always talk about stillness, because that's part of stillness. Sitting still a certain amount of times throughout the day, 15 minutes a day, right? If you need to, 10 minutes a day if you need to, in the morning, in the middle of the day, like just quietness, just sitting in quiet, nothing. And it's going to be uncomfortable at first because your mind is going to want to wander and do things that you don't want it to do. And you're going to feel uncomfortable because you're not going to like it, because you want to be able to stimulate your mind with other things. But the only way for it to work is you have to give it a try. Go on a walk for 15 minutes without your phone, without your AirPods, without the music, without the headphones, without all that. Without your phone. Or if you absolutely need it, take it with you, but just don't pull it out. But the reason why I say to leave it behind you, because that's the first thing that you're going to do as soon as you feel some type of friction. Go with the flow. Right? When you look at water, when you look at a stream of water, right? Water, when it's going down a current, it flows. It just goes. Nothing stops it. Right? If you see a rock in the middle of that flow, it goes right through it. It goes around it, like it curves around it, and it continues to keep going. Right? You put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Bruce Lee said that. It forms into it. But water is shapeless, formless. It flows. That's you. So when you're out in nature, when you're making these walks and you're sitting down and you are to yourself, you're all you're doing is just going with the flow. Knowledge is potential power. So what you do with this knowledge that I've given you today, you can use it or not. It doesn't matter. I'm simply just trying to share my wisdom and guidance to others. And you do what you want with it. And I hope that some of you guys found this message today helpful. Fellas, I want y'all to be great. Too many of us now, man, we've set too many bad examples. Too many of us now, we've been in relationships to where we weren't our best. And I can admit that in my past relationship, I wasn't the best. I wasn't. That's why I've grown and made the change, and I don't want to feel like that ever again. I don't want to feel like how I have been feeling for the past 2.5 years. That's why it's important for you to stay in your word. That's why it's important for you to just live life. Love life, man. Love it to the fullest. Don't try to feel life. Notice life. Don't feel the void. Just notice it. Just notice what's going around. Be more aware of what's happening. Be more aware of your actions and yourself. That is one thing that I can say that I'm proud of, man. The fact that I have the awareness to be able to know what I did wrong and how I can change it, that's growth, bro. You don't have to hit a home run every time you step up to the plate. It's okay to take some pitches. It's okay to walk. You got it, bro. Y'all got it. I believe in you. Y'all have faith, man. I have faith in y'all. I really do. I have faith in my kingdom built family. And I love each and every one of y'all. No matter who you are, no matter what you're going through, man or woman, I believe in you.